Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. Webcam quality is fine, I guess. It's feels like -2 degrees outside. I haven't been outside in a little bit. But it's been terrible. It's been like kind of, if you wear a jacket, you're totally fine. So it hasn't been really wintry. Winter this year was pretty fine, mild, which was nice. Which is kind of funny because this webcam looks like it's weird. The all the forecasts in the summer were like, oh, it's gonna be one of the worst winters yet. It's gonna be frigid cold. It was like, I mean, it was kind of cold, not terrible. It didn't snow that much, which was nice. So overall, yeah, that was I don't know if I said the time it's 9 to 4 a.m. But yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna separate the virus talk at the end, but I'll just kind of go over some of the stuff now. Half-Life Alyx came out last week, Monday, and I played it and I beat it. It took me 11 hours, and I cried on the main menu. I cried at the ending. It was amazing. It was fantastic. It was one of the best gaming experiences I've had. First, I was a little like, I don't know about this VR thing, if it only being VR, but man, it VR made it so much better. It was so much fun. It was so immersive. It was so photorealistic in some parts. The music was terrific. It was just fun. A lot of the puzzles were great. The Jeff level was scary as shit. It's the most terrified I've ever been in a video game. And it's crazy because like in games like you'll get chased sometimes, but like it's different being chased when you feel like you're actually there. So that level was crazy. And the entire time I was recording it, I recorded all my gameplay and posted, I think it was 5 videos. Um, and they've been actually doing pretty well. Like a couple of them I think are over 100 views, and the Jeff video is actually like 5,000 views. So that's been good. I got 5 subs out of it, so that's been cool. But yeah, it's been really nice. I was doing that. I'm actually just now rendering the Halo 1 co-op playthrough with me and Mirko that we did on the weekend, and that'll go up, and that'll be my April video for now. And so far, still keeping up with the one video at least a month on some of my channels, excluding this vlog channel. So that's been good. Um, I this week I started employing. I guess Monday I started employing. I want to get 8 hours of sleep, so I used to go to bed an hour earlier because before I was going to bed, by the time I fell asleep, I was getting at least 7 hours, which I could function on. But I was noticing I was still like sometimes I was still pretty tired and like my eyes felt like dry, and I was like asleep. So yesterday and today or the first days I've gotten 8 hours of sleep at least. And I keep waking up throughout the night, but like I think I've gotten 8 hours of sleep, and overall I feel fine. Today I feel a little bit more tired than I did yesterday. I think it's just 'cause I did wake up a lot throughout the night last night, but overall I feel fine. Um, I think I'm gonna keep doing that. I think 8 hours is like a really good spot for me, but uh, but yeah, there's that. Anything else? Borderlands 3 did come out. It was giving me some issues, and I think honestly, I think it's my graphics card. I think my graphics card is dying on me, which is so basically I was getting blue screens since like December, and I kept trying to figure it out, and I did all the updates, I did everything I could, and it kept when I started looking through like the dumps, the memory dumps, I found that it was like a driver associated with my mouse. So I thought it was my mouse, but it turns out it's my graphics drivers or my graphics card. So basically, long story short, through a whole bunch of troubleshooting, I realized that I haven't even tried going back to an old driver. I don't want to go through all that hassle. So right now, what I've been doing is I've been underclocking my graphics card, and by I think it's 100 clock and 25 memory. Um, and yeah, it's been working. It's been fine. Every once in a while, like if I, for example, sometimes if I hit the Windows key, like it'll have like horizontal artifacts for like a split second, then it's gone. But prior to that, what would happen is like with an overclock, forget about it. But like with even without an overclock, what would happen? Like for example, in WoW, I would get on and literally within 2minutes, I would get a blue screen. And then I don't know, I started out with drivers, and then what ended up happening was now with the new drivers, what happens is like the game will freeze, and it'll freeze for like a minute and a half or so, and then it'll come back again. And then in the event log, it'll say that the graphics driver has crashed and has recovered successfully. And so yeah, I don't know. I think it's a graphics card because like even I was doing like some benchmarks, and even like a one memory overclock, or yeah, one memory overclock, or like increasing the power limit. I didn't even overclock. I just increased the power limit to 101, and it was still, or whatever, like whatever. I think it's 100, the benchmark stopped working. So I don't know, man. I was really nervous because like I hope this graphics card can at least last me until Half-Life Alyx is done, and it has. So I'm happy for that. But like that's not good. because I'm not buying a new graphics card anytime soon. So I don't know. I'm hoping, at the very least, I'm hoping like if I can go the next few years, just like underclocking the graphics card and it works fine. Perfect, sweet, dope. If it ends up being that it's actually like a driver issue and it's like compatibility with some certain thing on my computer and NVIDIA or Windows fixes it, perfect. But I don't know, man. I think it's my graphics card, and that is really frustrating, really annoying, because I'm the only person I know that has this many issues. This is a barely 2-year-old graphics card, and it is giving me problems already. So that was really frustrating. It's still frustrating to know that, but yeah. But back to Borderlands. Played it. It's been fun. It's definitely regular Borderlands. But it just hasn't been as compelling to me as previous Borderlands games. So I actually haven't played it in like I think a week and a half. This past weekend, I literally spent all days playing WoW. For the first time in forever, and I think I'm looking forward to playing WoW again, like more so than ever before. Um, and because I'm guessing because of the virus, they released a 100% XP bonus until the end of April, and I've been doing leveling up alts. I got my Druid to 120. I got my Shaman to 120, my Alliance Shaman, and on my Alliance Shaman, I've been doing the War campaign because I want to get that achievement to do both Horde and Alliance War campaigns, but also trying to get reps so I can unlock both the Dark and Dwarves, and which I'm currently, I think I'm like 1k into Honored for them, and the Cultiers Humans, which I think I'm like halfway through Friendly for that one. So that's been cool. Right now, yesterday I got the artifact from my level 102 Hunter, and because I needed to do that to do dungeons, and basically that's all I'm doing, just spamming dungeons because it's the quickest way. Um, oh, Dark Moon Fair is actually this weekend. Next week, ooh, that'll be a lot. That'll be better actually. But yeah, it's sacked with heirlooms with Dark Moon Fair buff. So it's pretty good. So I'm trying to do at least a dungeon a day. Probably on the weekend do more, and then with my shaman, kind of getting through all that, doing all the mount runs with my warrior, and just having a really good time playing WoW. It's been fun. Um, so yeah. So now onto the virus. So last we talked, it was kind of getting crazy, and it's been pretty hectic. Pretty much, the country has shut down. Trudeau's wife did end up having it. She, she's since now gotten better. Hulk Hogan is trending on Twitter. Why? Okay, I think it's just an anniversary of some event. Thank God. But she's fine. But yeah, like the country's pretty much shut down. We're in a state of emergency. Social gatherings, I believe, are 5 or less. Any non-essential business, which the list came out, and pretty much everything's essential based on that list, which is dumb. But non-essential businesses are closed. Almost everybody's working from home. I myself have been working from home since like the week after the following week that I made that last vlog. We started working from home. Um, it's been nice. I've only had to go to the client's site that I'm being loaned out to a couple times to do some stuff, and overall it's been fine. I went to the grocery store on Friday, fine. But it's scary. It's been the cases are rising, the deaths are rising, and it's hectic. Like when I went to the grocery store, it was crazy. It was like there were like they had when like when you're at the movie theater going to get popcorn, there's those like mesh guards that you can kind of have to go around. They had those with each lane, and it was basically one person at the cashier and everyone else like way behind them, and the cashier will wave you over when they're done. And the cashier had like a big plastic thing in front of them, so I guess you can't cough or they can't cough on you or whatever. Although there was numerous signs around the grocery store saying, keep within 6 feet of each other. They have sanitation wipes. Even when you walk in, there was a bucket of, I'm guessing, some sort of sanitation liquid, which I was like, I don't know how many people have gone in there. That's probably not that sanitary anymore. So I wore gloves, and a lot of people were wearing gloves as well, like the sanitation gloves. Um, I had to actually buy soap, and pretty much all of it was gone. Like the big jugs were gone. There was like a smaller bottles, and there was only like 4 left. So I grabbed one. Just because I wanted to see it, I went to the toilet paper aisle, empty, completely barren. So that was crazy. Um, and yeah, it's crazy because it's like, and it's crazy, but in one sense, on the other hand, also it's also kind of interesting because it's like, in a way, I feel closer to humanity because of this, because literally everyone in the world is going through this. Doesn't matter whether you're famous or not famous, rich or poor, whatever your job is, like you are going through this, and it's almost like uniting. Like everyone's talking about it, and it's been interesting to just see it kind of unfold, and it's scary. It's like I still like going to the grocery store on Friday. I was worried. I was like, man, like could this be it? Like could this be the time I get Corona? So, um, yeah, and then yesterday I found out that in the morning, in the morning of yesterday, someone that I worked with at my office job died from it. Um, I mean, we weren't close or anything, but like we knew each other. We spoke like within what, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I was within reaching distance of this guy talking to him, and he died from Corona yesterday. And it's sad. It's weird. It's like I already was scared of it. I was already like nervous about it. I was already like crazy. But like knowing now someone that like died from this, it's weird. It's very very strange. And it made me. And there's actually been a lot of reports, not a lot, but I guess a few reports from stuff that my mom, from the place, not the place my mom, well, like the career my mom has. That's a lot of a few corona cases have been coming out of there, and it's like, okay, I told my mom yesterday, I was like, look, because earlier this week I think she said like she's scared to go into work, and I saw actually yesterday a post on Facebook that was like, it was just a picture that said, you're bored. You say you're bored at home, but there's someone who like a healthcare worker who's getting ready for work with a knot in their stomach, and that just hit me, man, because it was like my mom does that, and it's scary because it's like at any point she could get infected, and I mean I hate to say it, but like I'm pretty sure if either one of my parents got it, I mean unless we're one of the lucky few who have mild symptoms, I don't think I think it's gonna be fatal for them. My mom having smoked, her lungs are all fucked up. My dad has some sort of heart condition. It's just nerve wracking, man. So I told mom yesterday, I was like, look, if you're scared to go into work, quit. I make enough money where me and dad can pay for stuff because dad works construction, and he works solo construction, so like he doesn't his points of contact in terms of potential ways to get it very limited. So I'm not really worried about him getting it. Like he goes to the bank and maybe the gas station, or the gas station and maybe the bank. That's the only two places he can get it. So not too worried about that. But like my mom, like healthcare worker. So yeah, and it sucks because like I think because obviously she was thankful, but like she said like she wants she doesn't want me to worry about her. She takes good precautions, which I'm sure she does. She's like, I want you, like, you need to be saving money for your future and stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep mentioning as any not to be annoying, but anytime it makes sense, I'll be like, like my future's good. Like I will gladly move out 2 years later, 2 years later, and make sure that you're alive. Then save all this money and move out sooner, but you died. So it's just nerve wracking, man. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's been scary. It's been I think had my mom not been in the work she does, I'd be a little bit happier about it, but or not happier, but I guess a little less anxious about it. But I think that's what's giving me the most anxiety right now is knowing that my mom kind of at any point could get this, and it's scary, man. It's scary. So hopefully, I mean, obviously everyone hopes they don't get it, but hopefully she's safe and hopefully nothing happens. As far as I read actually something today that was like a whistleblower came out and said like the thing that my mom does, like they don't have gear. They're keeping all the gear in the basement and they're using it only if someone's infected and as needed. And it's like that I think my mom, based on what my mom was saying, how she protects herself. I don't think that's the case for her because as far as I know, she puts on like the mask, a face shield with I think the mask has a face shield. She puts on gloves. She washes her hands regularly, and she's very safe about it. But like, still worried, man. And the worst part is, it's like Philip DeFranco. Actually, I was watching one of his videos yesterday. What he was saying, something that makes his anxiety worse about this is like usually he can say like, and I'm the same way. Like this will like when things happen, I'm like this will in a year from now, this will just be something that happened, right? That's kind of how I kind of get through things. That in a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, whatever, this will just be something that happened. But with this, it's like we don't really have a concrete end date. A lot of people are saying at least 6 months of this. Like kids now aren't being sent back to school until the beginning of May. Um, and I think Toronto canceled all events and event permits or whatever until June. So it's like, and professionals are saying at least 6 more months, and that's like, and we still have multiple waves. Like they're just saying we're in the first wave. The second wave apparently is supposed to devastate us, and like the third wave will be a little bit better. So this could be another year of this, and it's like if my mom's still working where she works, like a year's worth of potential daily exposure. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. So, um, yeah, I'm just thinking of her, and I'm hoping she's safe, and I hope that nothing happens with her. And if by the unfortunate circumstance something does, hopefully she's able to make it through. So, like yesterday, I was thinking of like I should maybe like make a checklist of all the things that like are good for when you're sick, and if something were to happen, like immediately run to the store get that. I was actually reading something about a guy who kind of the same situation as me. He was in school. He was around my age. He came home. Because school was closed, he ended up getting the virus, and he lives in the basement with his parents and his sister. And he was saying, he just self-isolated in his basement. His mom left him food outside of his door on disposable plates, which they got a recommendation from the health care people. So I was like, okay, like I think I'm gonna make a list of that. Like, any good vitamins. I actually bought Gatorade on Friday for the electrolytes, like the Gatorade powder, so electrolytes in case it's needed. So like vitamins, that disposable shit. Good like figuring out a list of good foods to have so I can make good dinners and like good snacks and stuff. So like her body or anyone's body. I'm just thinking of my mom right now, but like my body, my dad's body, her body, anyone's body who might be infected. Can have the proper nutrition and stuff it needs, energy, whatever it needs to kind of do all that. So to get better. So yeah, just been thinking about that. I've been really anxious this week, and I think what is this? Spain passes 100,000 cases and records more than 800 deaths for 5 days running. The crazy thing too is I saw a chart that was like I think it was the number of infected, and Italy was on there. Italy has been on lockdown the entire country for like I think they're going on like day 24 right now. Because I'm following the lead singer of Lacuna Coil on Instagram, and she lives in Italy, so she's been kind of going like a daily vlog on her Insta, and so I think they're on day like 23 or 24 right now. And like the chart was I think it was the amount of people announced infected per day, and Italy was literally just like this the entire time. They've been on lockdown for almost a month, and it was still just a straight line up. So scary things. So yeah, what's been going on there. It's just crazy, man. It's just the crazy times we're living in. But yeah, hopefully everyone's staying safe. Hopefully, all that works out. This weekend is actually WrestleMania. They ended up changing it. So basically, it's they made it a two-night event, Saturday and Sunday, and they're gonna do it from the NXT Performance Center, which I did not think they would actually do. And it's going to be in front of no audience. It's gonna be crazy, but they're doing. I think they're gonna do a lot of it, or all of it is gonna be pre-recorded, as far as I know. I'm guessing I mean that would be a good idea to do that because then they can really perfect things. I know that there is a Firefly Funhouse match between Bray and Cena, so that could be very interesting with special effects. There's a Boneyard match between Undertaker and AJ Styles, which I don't really know what that is, but again, that could be something that's really interesting. They could do a lot of interesting things with that. And even matches that don't have any sort of gimmick, they could really practice that numerous times. They could really get down the perfect match, and they could given the circumstances, they could have a really really good WrestleMania in terms of the matches that are on the card. So I'm hoping that they can kind of pull that out. I told my brother that I'm not going to come over for that. Just 'cause social distancing. I don't want to I don't want to go leave the house unless I have to, which sucks, dude. I was really 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 looking forward to this. I mean before all this. What it was like February. I booked in this coming Monday. I booked it off, and I was really looking forward to it. Like WrestleMania, that's our Super Bowl. That's the big night of the year, and yeah, it sucks. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. Like there will be future WrestleManias, there will be future pay-per-views, whatever. But like still, this sucks. Like I was something I was looking forward to, and I know there's a whole bunch of other things other people are looking forward to that are canceled now, and it's like, dude, this is crazy. When is this gonna end? And you know. What's going to happen? It's going to be crazy seeing kind of like the aftermath of all this. in terms of both one of the clients I was talking to, like in terms of remote work, there's gonna be a lot more people working remotely. After all this is said and done, a lot more people are gonna be, you know, uh, clean conscious, I guess. And it's crazy too. Like, I've always been relatively clean. I clean, regularly. I want to say I'm OCD, but I'm very conscious of that. And I was helping my brother. He bought a desk from off the internet on Thursday, and we had to go pick it up. And I was a little nervous, and but we did it, and everything's fine now. But we went in and like, we cleaned the desk with Lysol wipes, and we borrowed my dad's truck to get it. And I remember, so we picked up the desk. We were wearing gloves, and we kept the gloves on, taking it into his apartment. And then when we go to take the truck back, I told my brother, like, you should wipe down the steering wheel and all the stuff you've touched with those gloves just in case, right? Because we touched that desk. And then so he's like, yeah, no problem. He didn't argue with me. Like, normally, like, not that he'd argue, but he'd be like, you're fine. But he's like, my brother's like, trying to be aware of the safety and stuff of it. And like, he was cleaning his phone. Like, so basically, he wiped down all the stuff in my dad's car and then wiped down his phone with the same Lysol wipe. I'm like, dude, like, at least use a new wipe, and do it when you get home too, because it's like all the germs from like touching all the shit in the car. Like, do it when you get home, and like he didn't argue. And I was like, that's crazy. So I don't know. It's crazy times, crazy times. But yeah. This is the last week I have on loan. The new person started on Monday, and I'm just kind of helping as needed. But next week I'm going full time back to the company I actually work for, which is gonna be it'll actually be weird, like having a full list of things to do, not just waiting for things to come in. But yeah, and for the foreseeable future, this is the life that's gonna happen. And man, I was think a couple. No, actually, another thing is like my mom yesterday had mentioned like, isn't it a good thing? Because I was thinking when this job was offered to me, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was thinking like, do I really want to take this? Or I want to look for another job? And like, it's a good thing I took it, because had I not taken that, either I wouldn't have a job right now because I'd still be looking, and I'd be screwed because I'd be having no money come in, or I would just have started a job and like who knows what their policies and what that crap would have been. So good thing I took this job, but also it got me worried because it's like my contract is up in June. April was like the earliest I was gonna start sending out feelers and figuring out like what am I doing, what's happening in terms of work. Um, but with all the social distancing stuff, it's like I don't really want to go out for interviews, and I don't know how many people are hiring. And even if I am, I don't know when they're starting. And even if I am, I don't know if they're remote work or like how everything's working. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the next few months. And I mean, it'd be nice if they were at the very least able to extend my contract a little bit. If I'm, if this is all still going on, um, probably gonna be full time work, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now. The Halo video just finished rendering, so yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for now, and I will talk to you when I talk to you. Is that it? Yes, I think so. I always look around my room thinking of, I don't know, but alright, see you.